crazy little kitty. I've been working in retail since 2015. It is now 2025, so essentially I have been working in retail for a decade.
Oh my
Kind of
God.
crazy. I started working there when I was 19, and I am now almost 30. That's kind of disgusting. I kind of feel gross. Little smudge on there. I remember when I first started working there, the PS4, I think, had just came out, and I used my first paycheck to go buy one of those. I felt like the king of the world, man. Like, I could never afford a gaming console before, so it was pretty great. It's just crazy to think about. I was still on the Xbox 360 when I first started working, which is kind of insane. Like, that's kind of nuts to me. I mean, I worked a couple places before then. My first job was actually at Arby's, if you can believe that. I don't know how they're still in business. I don't know who the fuck be eating Arby's, but they're still around, so people must be eating it. Can I get 2 Arby's melts and a large mozzarella stick? And that should do it.
If so, that total is $15.12 at the second window, please.
Thank you. After high school, I kind of just floated around to different jobs for a couple months. Like, I worked at Arby's for 2 months. Did not like it. God bless fast food workers, because that shit is brutal, all right? Yeah. They deserve a huge bonus, because I tried it for 3 months, could not do it. I kind of moved around to different grocery stores. I went to a place called Albertsons. I was fired from there, but that's a story for a different video. I really didn't have any goals. I didn't really have anything that I knew I wanted to do in life at that point. Like, I just kind of was like, I guess I'll get a job because that's what people do after high school. So that's kind of what I did. Wasn't great at it. Called into work a lot. Not my proudest days, but hey, you know, we're out.
Like, he sounds pretty laid back. I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't sound ambitious, but he sounds, it's a little strange for me. I don't know. Like, oh, I guess I should just get a job because that's what you do after school. Like, I don't know. Like, it would be interesting to know what he wanted to do after school. Pretty curious, actually.
Now, I've been employed at the same place since then for about 10 years now, which kind of blows my mind. When I first started, I didn't think I was going to be still employed at the same place 10 years later. I thought I'd be out of the retail world by then, but that's just how retail gets you, man. It pulls you in, and then you're stuck there. You can't escape. You're going back day in and day out. You're gonna clock in on the time clock, and you're gonna do your shift, and you're gonna go home, and you're gonna do it the next day. All jokes aside, it's not the worst job in the world. Like, I don't hate it. It definitely has its ups and downs, for sure. I mean, it's a retail job. You can't expect too much of it, right? So you're gonna have to deal with rude customers all the time. That's just kind of how it goes. And I mean, I'm over exaggerating a little bit. Like, the majority of them aren't terrible. Most of them are actually really nice folk I enjoy dealing with, but it only takes that one customer to just really ruin your day. The wages aren't exactly great. I've been there for a while, so I'm what they call journeyman. I don't know if that's a union thing or if that's like everywhere, but something like that. I don't know all about the union. So I make more than, let's say, someone who's just starting out there, right? I make probably $5 to $6 above minimum wage in my area. So it's not the worst. It's not the best. It'd be great if inflation would chill out a little bit so I could feel like I'm actually making enough money, but that's a topic for a different video. Dealing with coworkers, there's a lot of coworkers. For the most part, I do love all my coworkers. I enjoy working with them, but there's just a couple that, you know, I just don't really enjoy working with. So that can make my job more difficult than it needs to be because I have to deal with those people every day. I'd say the biggest negative I have with working in retail is that it's kind of unmotivated me to pursue other more financially stable careers because I know I can just go back to my easy 9-to-5 retail job and for the most part be okay. Like, definitely don't have a lot of money. I struggle a lot of the time with bills and debt, as do most people, I feel like. Like, I have a lot of personal interests, right? Like, I have my camera stuff. I have 2 cameras. I have one here and one up there. I'm super into video editing, photography, PC building, PC stuff, audio engineering. I have a lot of going on. But you get home from an 8-hour workday at your retail job, and you just don't really have the motivation.
Okay, so he mentioned how he has other things that he does, obviously, or he has interest. But I'm just wondering, I feel like he would do great in like a technical role, right? And he looks like he would do great in a technical role, like get into tech. And it doesn't have to be like data science or data analytics or like anything like that. But like electrical engineering, sound engineering, photography, videography, I don't know. But like as a career, not like a side hustle. You know, side hustles are different. He could really be good at this. I mean, the editing on this video is great, and he's like 2.4. Yeah, like a little under 2.5, 2,500 subscribers. That's good for like the quality is really good. A lot of like channels don't have this kind of edits, you know what I mean? Like on their videos. So I feel like he could do really well in an actual role and earn way more. Like, why not take like this channel and like take every video you've made and like put together a portfolio? Be like, this is what I can do, this is what I've done, and apply for a job. Like, in like creative spaces, sometimes that's all you need, is being able to prove that you can do something. Anyway, then again, like I was saying in the beginning, it feels like he's very chill. Like, I'm not saying he's not ambitious, but like clearly he is. He did mention he has interests and he's like clearly taking risks, and he feels comfortable doing that because he has retail to fall back on. But yeah, I'm not judging. I don't know if he's ever applied for roles that fit his skill set and like the things he's actually interested in. But I feel like he'd do really good, you know? Don't you think? Right? I don't know.
Do anything. Like I get home and I just kind of make food and sit on the couch for the next 4 hours and call it a day. I feel like that more so falls on me as a person rather than the retail job. Like plenty of people work on their hobbies and their crafts outside of their, job. It really has drained my motivation to do anything, really. But there's some positives, all right? There's some positives. For instance, it's easy. It's probably the easiest job in the world. I work in the online pickup department at my store. So basically, I shop for customers and then we bring it out to their car and they don't have to go in the store, which is, I use the service pretty regularly on my days off because, God, I've been shopping all week. I don't want to shop for myself, okay? People seem to like it. It's reliable. I mean, people are always going to need groceries, so I don't necessarily have to worry about hours. I mean, every year they do cut hours because, they want their big bonuses, but that's pretty much every corporate company ever, so can't necessarily blame them for that. I need more coffee, hold on. I drink a lot of coffee. It's a good workout. I don't need to ever buy a gym membership because I be walking many miles. Let me just pull up my workout app here and see how many steps a day I kind of average. All right, well apparently I wasn't tracking my steps the last like 2 months, but that's fine. I walk a lot of miles. It's really close to where I live actually. If I look out my office window here, I can literally see it, so I can get to work pretty fast. I still end up being late. That's just who I am as a person, all right? I like most of the people. Most of the people there are great. They're great to work with. I don't have any complaints. I actually look forward to seeing them every day. I consider them friends, aside from those few people I was talking about. Those people,
Also, I don't think I'd ever be comfortable knowing that work is like a few like steps away from my house, pretty much. That's too close. So on my day off, I can't even enjoy myself because I might bump into you. Like, you might even like it's just weird. Like, I would not be comfortable with that at all.
For the most part, they're great to work with. There's benefits, I guess. I mean, we get medical, dental, vision, we get a store discount, so that's cool. It's not very much, but hey, it helps a little bit. The biggest positive I have from working there is I actually met my fiance there. I mean, she wasn't working there when I met her. I met her through a friend who worked there, and we live together. And we have 3 cats. It's pretty cool. She's probably my best friend. That's probably my biggest positive note to add. I feel like a lot of people, they look down on retail workers, and I'm a little sick of it, not gonna lie. I'm a little sick of it. I feel like people view it as an entry-level job, and to be fair, it really is. Like, you don't have to go to college to put things on a shelf. There are people with college degrees who work there, who have masters in various fields, and they still work there. So I don't necessarily know what's going on there, but I feel like people kind of compare it to fast food a little bit. And don't get me wrong, coming from someone who worked very briefly in fast food is brutal, man. Like, those workers, they deserve so much more, because that shit is rough. But I feel like sort of the mindset that people have towards retail workers is that their career is just so much more, prestigious than ours, and we're just entry-level retail workers, and there's kind of just a negative stigma around people who work retail, which to a certain degree I understand. Like, people spend thousands of dollars for their college education and then pursue a career in that path, but I don't have any debt. I don't make the most money, but I don't have a lot of debt, so I mean, it's kind of nice. I definitely disagree with that mindset a little bit, because someone's got to do it, man. Someone's got to put the things on the shelves. How are you going to buy your what do people buy? How else are people going to buy their 8 loaves of bread for their 10 kids and their 20 cans of soup if it's not on the shelf? Someone's got to put that shit on the shelf,
Yep.
Someone's got to do it. You can definitely find meaning in any job you work, really, no matter how prestigious it is, if you enjoy it. I personally like my job. I enjoy what I do. I come home at night, I make dinner, and I sleep.
Yeah, this is like the worst person to talk to when you want advice about, hey, I hate my job. What should I do? Should I quit? He's not going to help you. He's not going to help you at all. He seems, what I like about him is he seems quite chill and super content, right? He's a way he could earn more. He could be earning way more. He could have better benefits and like a job that gives him more respect and all these other things. But he's just like, whatever, like, I'd much rather be at a job I can tolerate, that I can do without stressing. You know what I mean? I get that. I respect that, actually. He seems pretty chill for a reason, clearly, because he likes what he does.
God dang baby. And if you're in like a similar situation where you're in your 30s working retail, or 40s or 50s, there's people in their 60s working at my store, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, if you're in a similar situation, I think working retail is a great, stepping stone to the career you actually want to pursue. Like, if you're in between jobs, it's definitely it's better than doing nothing. Like, I know people my age who are currently unemployed and have been for years, who just don't do anything. They kind of just live off of their family's money, and I wish, a part of me wishes that was me. I do enjoy working. Like, if I'm not doing something, like, I kind of feel useless. I feel super unmotivated and just don't really want to do anything. So I am thankful for having my job to do every day, because
So, to prove my point further, when I say this is not the kind of guy or person you'd want to talk to when you have an issue at work, which there's nothing wrong. He's quite happy and chill, so it seems. Or he's made peace with the reality of his life, that, hey, this is just what I gotta do. Like, he seems pretty happy at his job. Like, he likes what he does. He doesn't hate his job. So it's kind of refreshing to hear that, and it's a little strange, I'm not gonna lie.
how else would I be doing? I guess some key takeaways from this video. I've kind of just been rambling on for a while, but if you're working retail in your 30s or 40s or 50s or 60s, don't give up, don't lose hope, because there's a lot worse things you could be doing. You could be doing nothing. You could be, selling drugs. Nothing against those kind of people. I mean, you gotta make a living somehow. You just gotta remember to focus on the positives, as lukewarm advice as that is. Like, we're all just trying to make a living in this super rough time. Inflation has absolutely obliterated everything. Like, I should not be paying $2,000 for this 2-bedroom apartment, but here I am. I'm paying $2,000, and I try to focus on the positives. Like, sure, I could be living with my parents. I actually did end up moving back in with my parents a while ago, a couple years ago, because I couldn't afford rent. Find pride in what you do.
Wow.
It doesn't matter what you're doing. As long as you enjoy it, that's really all that matters. Like, you're gonna have people tell you to, get a real job or whatever. But really, as long as you're enjoying it, don't let whatever they're saying get you down, because they're probably more unhappy than you are. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, toss me a like. I am
Interesting. Yeah, this sounds like someone who has really honestly made peace with the fact that they just have to work for a living. And he has, in my opinion, potentially even attempted to try to think of getting into a different industry, and he realizes that he'd much rather be at a job he can handle and can tolerate, and it's easy to do, and he makes an okay living, than to be at a job that stresses him out and he earns a lot of money. It sounds like he knows he could make more, but he chooses not to go make more. It sounds like he knows he could be in a different industry work wise, but he chooses not to. Pretty much. A job is a job. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I think that's how he looks at it. Like, oh yeah, it's just to make money, which is cool. So he doesn't aspire to have a career, which is very refreshing. And I think a lot of people feel this way now. Even people who are like doctors who are giving up and like quitting their jobs because they're like, wow, now I want to earn a lot of money and I have all these aspirations and dreams, but I don't want to spend all my time in the ER, like operating rooms and things like that, and people's lives literally are in my hands. That's stressful. Like, you don't have to be doing that. It's a choice. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have doctors. I'm just saying it's not for everybody. Um, yeah, someone's like, this is what success looks like. I agree. I agree. Success looks different for everybody, and for him, in my opinion, this is success. And for a lot of people, this is what they want to do. I remember at a job I had that I really genuinely did not enjoy, my first job. Gosh, I used to look at one of the ladies that used to help us. I think she was a cleaning lady. I don't remember actually. Yeah, I think she was, because that's what she did most of the time. I'm not sure actually, but I used to look at her and be so jealous that that was her job. I'd be like, oh my gosh, you know. And I remember one day telling her that, like, I wish I was in your shoes. I wish I had the job you have. That's how bad and how much I just didn't like my job at the time. But I knew I earned more than her. But I wanted a life because I just couldn't. So yeah, someone's like, you got your own place and have a consistent paycheck for 10 years. Actually, yeah, that is phenomenal. Um, that is phenomenal. You're not a failure. It's a system that failed you. But is it a failure really? Because it doesn't seem like, I mean, I get it, but he could have a different life and a better life, less stressful, not having to pay that much money for a house or not. But this looks like it works for him. He could be, sorry, in a different situation. He chooses not to be in that different situation. So is it really a failure? Because it is technically in your hands. You can do other things. You could be a different person. Um, yeah. But he could definitely do anything else. He seems pretty tech savvy, I think. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how old this channel is actually. Let's see. So 83 videos. Um, okay. What's the most popular video? I'm actually curious. Yeah, I mean, it's like Mr. Beast type of videos, in my opinion. Um, Interesting. So I guess his niche is a little all over the place, kind of, for now. But I guess he has a lot of shorts. If he has 83 videos, yeah, he definitely has a lot of shorts. Interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, um, very interesting guy. And it'll be interesting to see what he does with his life, obviously. Bye.